Hello dear friends, let us continue today's class with the new title, the kinematic equations for uniformly accelerated motion. Before starting this today's class, we will go for slight revision of my previous classes. In my previous class, we have seen the concept of the velocity and the acceleration. How we can define velocity? The velocity can be defined as the rate of change of displacement. So whenever the displacement of the given body changes with respect to time, you will have velocity. What is formula of velocity? Velocity is equal to the displacement divided by time. I have written on the board, you can see here. Velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. If you want to find displacement, then this displacement is equal to velocity multiplied by time. So whenever this velocity is multiplied by time, we will get the displacement. Keep that formula in your mind. After that, we have seen the concept of acceleration. The acceleration of the body is defined as the rate of change of velocity. Means whenever the velocity of the body changes with respect to time, you will get the acceleration. So what is formula of acceleration? It is change in velocity divided by time. I can write here acceleration, I have written already. Acceleration is equal to velocity divided by time. Right? So these are the two definitions I want in the today's class here. Velocity, acceleration. Right? Velocity, it may be initial velocity or it may be the final velocity. We can represent it by letter U or V0. Right? This is for initial velocity. For final velocity, we can write it as V here. Right? So today's class we have to derive the three kinematic equations. The question asked so many times for 5 marks here. Right? So they will ask the question like this here. Prove V equal to U plus AT by using VT graph. It is 3 marks question. For 5 marks question, maximum time the question asked like this. Prove S equal to UT plus half AT square by using VT graph, or again for 5 marks question, prove V square is equal to U square plus 2AS by using VT graph. Right? So these 3 equations, out of these 3, they can ask any one equation in your examination for 5 marks here. Now this V equal to U plus AT can be also written as V equal to VO plus A into T, where instead of writing U, I wrote V0 and U and V0 both are nothing but the initial velocity. Right? Moving to this equation, here I have written S equal to UT plus half AT square. Here X equal to V0T plus half AT square. So here S is nothing but X and S both are representing displacement. Here also I have written U, but here I have written V0 because U and V0 both are one and same. Right? Here this sides here, V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. Instead of writing U square, I have written V0 square because U is nothing but V0 only. Both are initial velocity. If you are comfortable with U, you can use U. If you want V0, you can use V0 as per your decision now. As per your comfortness, you use either U or V0 for representing initial velocity. And A is acceleration. And instead of writing X, I can write as S here because both are nothing but the displacements only. Why I am telling this? Because one of the students, he messaged me and he told like this, in our high school section, we have studied like this, V equal to U plus AT. And as per NCERT that I taught in my previous classes, I taught like this, V is equal to V0 plus A into T. If you comfortable with these, you go by this only, no problem. Even in examination, if they ask this and if you prove this, then also you will not cut any mark. If they ask like this and if you prove this by using these notations, then also you will not cut any mark here. Right? So to prove these three equations, we must draw the velocity time graph because they have mentioned here by using VT graph. So I have to draw the VT graph here. Right? This I will clean. Right? So before this, in your notebook you have to write here features of VT graph. For 2 marks they may ask here, mention the 2 features of VT graph. So what is the first feature of VT graph? The area under VT graph represents the displacement of the body. Why? I will tell here, right? Because whenever if you want to find the area, right, if you want to find area of VT graph, it gives the multiplication of y-axis quantity and x-axis quantity. So area of VT graph will give y into x. Along y-axis we have got velocity, along x-axis we have got time. So y into x, right, because along y-axis we have velocity, along x-axis we have got time. You can see here what is the quantity along x-axis? Time. So I have written here t quantity along x-axis. What is the quantity along y-axis? Velocity. So this velocity I have written along y-axis. So multiplication of y into x is nothing but multiplication of velocity and time, and whenever velocity and to time you multiply, you will get displacement. That's why I wrote here. I can write here also. Along y-axis what we have? Velocity. Along x-axis what we have? Time. And whenever velocity will multiply by time, you will get what? Displacement. So the area of VT graph gives the multiplication of y-axis into x-axis. Along y-axis velocity, along x-axis time. So velocity into time is acceleration. So the area under VT graph represents displacement. I require this in my next today's derivation here. One more question they will ask in your annual exam. What does the area under VT graph represents? So you keep in your mind, area under VT graph means it is multiplication of y-axis into x-axis. Y-axis is velocity, x-axis is time. So velocity into time is nothing but what? Displacement. Okay, this question was asked by one of the student in the live class. So this I answered here. Whenever you want to find the slope, you might have studied in your high school level. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So slope means y-axis to the numerator and x-axis to the denominator. So along y-axis we have got velocity, along x-axis we have got time. So what is velocity by time? Is it acceleration? So if you find the slope of VT graph, you will get acceleration. You can see here, acceleration formula is velocity divided by time. Velocity along y-axis, time along x-axis. So whenever something is related to the velocity to the numerator, means in the form of y-axis, along denominator time in the form of x-axis, so y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 will give rise to acceleration here. In your exam they will ask like this, what does the slope of the VT graph represents? So keep in your mind, slope means velocity and time ratio, because slope formula is y divided by x. So velocity by time means what here? Acceleration. Okay, so these two you write in your notes now. It is very important concept. Now with this I will start the today's class now, right? So today's class I am going to start here. So for this, the title just read once again. Initially I am going to write the proof for v equal to u plus at. I am going to prove this. V is equal to u plus at. This proof they will ask for 3 marks. This they will ask for 3 marks, and these remaining 2 they will ask for 5 marks here. Now just see, in your graph we want to represent u and v, a and t, means I want initial velocity. So your graph for your derivation is like this. And what is this graph represents? We know, is it the graph of uniform velocity, uniform increasing velocity? Why uniform? Because we have got a straight line. In my previous classes I told, whenever the nature of graph is a straight line, then it means it is uniform, and the graph is moving up, so it is uniform increasing velocity, right? So here this is your graph here. So initially here we have got the velocity, and this velocity is u. This velocity is u, and this point I will represent as a here. Now this motion of the body is like this, so it is increasing velocity, and this is the final position. This final position I can mark as b, and at point b, the final velocity is v, right? And at point b the time is t. At time t equal to 0, what was the initial velocity of the object u. At time t, what is the final velocity of the object? It is v. And this also I will join here. This also I will join, and here I will mark as C here, and this I will mark as D. Okay, so I have completed my diagram here. So what is the nature of this graph? It is uniform increasing velocity. Why uniform? Because we have got a straight line here. How this graph if we have drawn, I have explained this already in my previous class. It is uniform increasing velocity, right? So in your derivation you have to write now, consider a particle moving with uniform increasing velocity. Like this you have to write here. Consider a body, or consider a particle moving with uniform increasing velocity. So what is initial velocity? You can write here. Let u equal to initial velocity, v equal to final velocity, a is acceleration, s is displacement, everything you have to write here below this line. Now my intention is to calculate acceleration, because I know final velocity, I know initial velocity, I know time, all these I know. Just I want to find the acceleration, and to find the acceleration we must find the slope of VT graph, because we know the slope of VT graph gives me acceleration, right? So now slope of VT graph gives acceleration, right? Slope of VT graph gives acceleration. So therefore I will write here a is equal to, a means slope here. So what this a is nothing but slope of VT graph. And what is the formula of slope here? So this implies acceleration is equal to, slope formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, so slope of VT graph means the slope of line, which line here? AB. Slope of line AB. Okay, so what is starting point? A. This is last point is B. So for A, this value is y1, and this value is x1. For point B, this value is y2, and this value is what here? x2. I am talking about A point. A is initial point. At initial point, what is initial velocity? U. What is time? 0. So is it initial velocity along y-axis? So I am taking it as y1. What is initial time? 0. I am taking it as x1. Now what is final point? B. At point B, what is final velocity? Is it v? Can I take it as y2 now? And this quantity at what time? T. I can mark it as x2. It's a very simple point. x1, x2, y1, y2. y1 for initial velocity, y2 for final velocity, x1 for initial time, and x2 for final time. Okay, so therefore I can mark like this here. I will write here acceleration is equal to y2 minus y1. What is y2 here? Is it y2 gives me final velocity, v here, minus y1. What is y1? It gives me initial velocity. I will write it as u, divided by what is x2? x2 gives me final time, t here, minus x1. What x1 gives me? Initial time. Okay, so therefore a into t minus a into 0 means 0 is equal to v minus u, and this gives my answer. This implies this v minus u is equal to a into t. So therefore a into t, this minus I will bring this side, so it is plus u, and this is equal to what? V, and this gives me final answer. V is equal to u plus a into t. This is the proof. This is the proof here. Very simple here. right? Only what you should know, the slope formula you should know. Slope formula is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 for point A, x1, y1. Remember, for point A, x1, y1. For point B, x2, y2. Yes or no? For point B, x2, y2. For point B, what is time? T for x2. For point B, what is velocity? V for y2. What is for A? Velocity is u, representing by y1. And what is time here? x1, where this is x1 is equal to time equal to 0 here. I have written x2 time is t and x1 time I have written equal to 0, and this gives me the proof of v equal to u plus at. Right? I hope you have understood. Already this slope formula you know by your high school level knowledge, so I should not explain that in detail. This much if you write 3 marks easily you can get. Right? So today's initially what I proved that v is equal to u plus a into t. I hope it is clear. Right? Now we'll go for the proof of the second one, which is s equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, I hope this you understood. What you have done in this first class, you have found the acceleration of VT graph. Why you find acceleration of AT graph? Right? Why you find the acceleration of VT graph? Because I want to have the information about this A, which was unknown to me, and we have studied already that whenever slope of VT graph you will calculate, you will get acceleration, right? So slope of VT graph gives acceleration. So acceleration A is equal to slope of VT graph, means slope of line AB. Formula is y2 minus 1 divided by x2 minus x1. It is x1, it is x2, it is y1, it is y2, and by that we have calculated it. Right? Now we will go for the second one. This was asked so many times. For your exam also this question may come. Prove s equal to ut plus half at square using VT graph. For your information I will tell, I have interested in S, and we know the area under VT graph gives displacement, because area is multiplication of y and x axis. Along y axis velocity, along x axis time. So velocity into time means displacement. Already I written in my previous part of the today's class. So here we know that comma the area, you have to write this as it is in your notes. The area under VT graph gives displacement of the body or of the particle. Now we have to calculate area. So displacement means what? Yes. So therefore S equal to, S means displacement, is equal to what? Area under VT graph. Why you found area? Because area will give me displacement. S is my displacement here. So whenever I am calculating the area under VT graph, means I am calculating what? Displacement. And this is equal to area under line AB. Right? We have to find area under line AB. So area under this line AB. Right? So can I write? This implies S is equal to area under line AB, means is it this one? It is area of this triangle plus area of this rectangle. Yes or no? This area under AB is combination of triangle plus rectangle. Right? So I can write like this here. Right? So this I have to write here area. So same thing I have in the notes also. So here area, as per your notes I will take area of rectangle OACD, area of rectangle OACD plus area of triangle ABC, area of triangle ABC. So these two areas if you calculate, I will get my derivation. So therefore S is equal to, now area of rectangle OACD, right? OACD, is it area of rectangle is OA into OD, OA into OD, plus area of triangle ABC is equal to half into base into height. What is base here? AC into what is height here? BC. So this I am writing as it is now. Okay, now therefore S is equal to OA. What is OA now? Initial velocity. I will write it as U into OD. What is OD? OD is nothing but T here, plus half into AC. AC is nothing but OD, and OD is nothing but what? T. So this AC I am writing as T only, into BC. I don't know BC, but BC is equal to BD minus CD, right? I will write here. Once again I will explain, just see why BD minus CD, because I want BC, this height. So total is what? BD. From that you subtract CD. BD minus CD is nothing but BC. Why? Because I know BD is my final velocity and CD is my initial velocity, right? So this implies S is equal to, I will write this, U into T, UT I can write, plus half T, half into T into BD minus BC. What is BD? Total final velocity, minus CD. CD means this much. This much means what? Initial velocity. BD means this much, final velocity. CD means initial velocity. So this is my initial velocity. Okay, now I got the answer. S equal to UT plus half into T into V minus U. This I will give equation number 1, and up to this you be careful, because in the next proof also, already I have proved this I am about to prove. In the next derivation also these steps are common. After that we will have the change here. After that we will have the change. So initially I will prove for 2 here. So for 2, just see, is it equation number 2 is time dependent here? It is time dependent. So I want time, you don't change the time value, right? Because I want to have the time here. But this V minus U, can I write is equal to 80 from equation this here, right? What we have? V is equal to U plus 80. So what is V minus U? It is equal to 80 now, which gives me my proof here. Very simple. What I can write here? S equal to U into T plus half into T into V minus U. And what is V minus U by my this equation, right? What is V minus U by this? Can I substitute here? Just see, I am going to write for this here. What is V minus U? V minus U is nothing but what? A into T, and which is nothing but my proof here. Why V minus U is equal to A into T? You go by this. V minus U is equal to A into T here. Okay, this gives my answer. This implies that, what is left hand side? S is equal to, what is this? UT plus half A T into T. So it is T square. So this gives my answer, S equal to UT plus half T square. I hope you are enjoying this. Very simple, not much tough to derive. Okay, what you have done while proving this S equal to UT plus half T square, I have found the area under VT graph. Why area under VT graph? Because we know writing this line carries 1 mark. We know that area under VT graph gives displacement. So this displacement is equal to area under VT graph. Under this area under VT graph means area under this line. We have got one rectangle and one triangle. See here. This is area of rectangle plus area of triangle gives me total area. So what is area of this rectangle? It is OA into OD. I have written OA is U, OD is time. What is area of the triangle? Half base into height. Base is what? AC, and BC is what? Height. This also written. What is AC? What is A to C? It is time. I have written as it is AC as time here. But what is BC? It is BD minus CD. What is BD? V. What is CD? U. What is V minus U? It is AT. The moment I put here AT, your derivation is closed here. Very simple. Okay. Now we will go for the third one. Right. What is third one? We have to prove that the V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. I have to prove this. For this, in your notes, you copy this as it is. You copy this as it is. You remember one point. Any type of proof they be asked by VT graph, diagram is must. Diagram is must. If you don't draw diagram, you will get 0 marks. Right? Now I am proving for third. Everything is same, no change. Only here I am going to change here. So what you do? You write for third question. For third, again you write all this everything up to this equation number 1. As it is you write, no change here. Right? So same you write here up to this equation number 1. After that my question is, does in your equation you require time or not? In this equation number 3, does you require time? No. So I don't want this time. This t and this t I don't want. I want to replace it, and to replace that I can make use of your equation number this, t equal to V minus U by A, like this. I will write this. I hope this you have written. I will clean this and here I will prove this. Just see, here I am going to prove this here. So what is my equation? Here I am writing here. What is my equation? This V is equal to U plus AT. So can I write V minus U is equal to A into T. So can I write here like this here, V minus U divided by A is nothing but what? Time. And this I will use in this derivation. This I am going to use here. Right? So you can write here to one side of your page. We have V equal to U plus AT. Therefore V minus U is equal to A into T. So I can write here V minus U divided by A is equal to T. So this I am going to use here to replace time, because I don't want time here, because my final equation is independent of time. So therefore S is equal to U into T. So U as it is, I will write into T. And what is T here? T is nothing but V minus U divided by A. I hope it is correct. Plus half into T. And what is T here? T is nothing but again V minus U divided by A. These are the replacements. These are the replacements for time. You can see this also for the time replacement. And this is multiplied by what? V minus U. This I will write as it is now. It is V minus U. I written as it is. Okay, see here. This V minus U, this V minus U I have written as it is. I am talking about this here. Now I have to solve this equation. Right? How to do, we will see here. Right? I hope this is clear. Now this equation is not having time anywhere. This equation not having time anywhere. So I will calculate this. Right? I hope you are understanding this. So it is just simple mathematics now. So here I will make use of this space here, because I required some extra space to write. Left hand side is what? Yes, I am going to prove this. So what is the things that you can take common? Right? What is common will come here. Is it this bracket is common here? You can take that bracket common. You can take it outside. Right? So here we will see what to do here. Otherwise you take LCM here and you can do your calculation. So what I will do, what is LCM here? LCM A into 2A means 2A is my LCM. 2A is my LCM. So denominator here I have to multiply by 2. So numerator also I have to multiply by 2. So what you can do here? 2 times U into V minus U plus what is the denominator? 2A. So here I have to multiply it by 1. So in numerator also I have to multiply by 1. So v minus u into v minus u. So is it v minus u whole square? It is v minus u whole square. I hope you understood. What you have done here, you have taken, actually initially it was like this. So what the LCM you have taken, least common factor, what you have taken, 2a, Lasavi we will call in Marathi, Lasavi, right? So here LCM 2a I have taken. So here I have to multiply by 2. So 2a into here I will get as it is to bring here. So here also 2 multiplied here. Here already 2a is there. So here I multiplied by 1. So v minus u into v minus u, v square minus u square I have written, right? Now I can solve this. This s is equal to, right? This s is equal to 2u multiplied by this. So 2 into uv minus 2 into u means u square plus v square plus u square minus 2uv. Which formula applied? A minus b whole square. A square plus b square minus 2ab. Like this I applied. Divided by 2a. Right? Now can I bring this 2a cross multiplied here? So therefore 2a into s is equal to, what are the things that we can cancel? Just see. 2uv minus 2uv cancel out. So this I no need to write here. V square, this is minus 2u square plus 2u square. It is minus u square. Right? This is the minus here. I am writing for this here. Minus 2u square plus u square. So this is going to be equal to minus of u square plus this v square remained. And this implies my answer 2as is equal to v square minus u square. V square I have written first and u square I have written later. So this implies my answer v square minus u square is equal to 2as. This is my proof here. Is it? These proofs are simple here. It is simple, but your attention is required here. So v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Everything is same. Only whether you require time or not, we will decide your next part of the derivation. Here half part of this second, third equation also same. Only instead of time, we replace that time by formula v minus u by a. Time I replace by formula v minus u by a. Right? So these three equations we have derived today. What are the equations we have derived today? V equal to u plus at for 3 marks. Then s equal to ut plus half ut square derivation again for 5 marks. Then v square is equal to u square plus 2s. It is also derivation of 5 marks now. So total today we have completed the questions and derivations of total 13 marks. 3 plus 5 plus 5, total 13 marks here. Today's class is very important. You should revise the today's class properly. Right? Today's class you have to understand and you have to do the writing practice. Whatever I written on the board, same thing you have to write in your notes also. Right? So these 3 equations you take, you write these equations proof in your derivation as it is here. Now one of the student have asked one question to me and in the live class, so that question I am going to write here, and that how that question to be solved we will see here. So let me clean the board to write the problem that already you have asked in the live online class. So I have written the problem on the board. This problem you can pause the video and you write this problem in your notebook, and this problem was asked in the CET examination, and in that live class I have given you the answer, this 48 km/h, this answer I had given. How I will tell here calculation. We have, I will tell one shortcut here. We have the formula for average velocity. You remember this formula here. V average velocity is equal to 2 times of v1 v2 by v1 plus v2. This is my formula here. So what is 2 as it is? What is v1 here? v1 initial velocity 40 multiplied by next velocity 60 divided by, because next velocity they are given 60, divided by 40 plus 60. So this side answer 240 into 60 means 2400. So this is into 2 means it is 4800. That 40 plus 60 means what? 100. This 0000 cancels, and my answer for V average velocity is equal to 48 km/h. So this is my correct answer. And in the live class also, for I think C and D division, this problem orally I solved, and in the live class I given this answer. And again the question was asked by the student, how V average is equal to 2 times of V1 into V2 divided by V1 plus V2. Proof of this is not there in your textbook, but can be asked this question for 3 marks in your examination. Prove that the average velocity is equal to 2 times of V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. So how to derive I will tell here. This proof also you have to write for 3 marks in your notebook. I am writing the for average velocity. Just see here, somewhat complicated but easily you can understand. We have got some distance here. We have got some distance. This is A, this is B. As per this question, the distance traveled by the car is half, means total distance or total displacement, because I am considering the straight line here, the total displacement is S. So half means somewhere here the point C will come. So clearly this half displacement I will write by this yellow color. This half displacement is S by 2, and this next half displacement is again S by 2. So displacement coverage is same. Why? Because they are given in the problem. A car travels half the distance. Half means half of S by 2 with the velocity. How much velocity here? With the velocity V1, which is equal to 40 km/h. For this you may have the time T1 here, and the next half distance S by 2 is traveled with a velocity of V2, where V2 is 60 km/h, right? And for this the time taken is T2. So clearly we can say the time T2 is less. The time T2 is less than T1. Why? Because the AC distance is traveled with low velocity. Low velocity means it takes more time, so T1 is more. But the next distance CB is traveled with more velocity. More velocity means the next half of the distance the car travel faster, so the time taken T2 would be small. So I have written here T2 is less than T1, or I can say T1 is greater than T2. Now how, you should not care about the numbers now, right? Just we know the displacement coverage is same. Now the average speed or average velocity formula I will apply, and I will prove how this is going to become equal to this here. So we have here, I am going to write here, we have formula for average velocity. So average velocity is equal to total displacement divided by total time. So therefore V average is equal to total displacement, is it AB? Nothing but S, divided by total time taken. Total time taken is what? T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2. Now this I will clean here. So just see how to calculate T1 and T2 here. How to calculate T1 and T1 for this half portion, T2 for this next half portion. I know the formula, velocity is equal to displacement divided by time, and this side velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. Understood here what I have done? Why this half? Because displacement is half here, time is T1, this displacement is half, S by 2, and T2 is the time taken for that traveling. I want to have the value of T1, so this implies T1 is equal to S divided by 2 into V1, and T2 is equal to S divided by 2 into V2, right? This is the basic steps here, you can remember it. This will give me the value of T1, and this other will give me the value of T2. Now this I can substitute here, right? So what I can do here, just see this S as it is I will keep divided by T1. What is T1 here? S divided by 2 times of V1 plus what is T2 here? It is S divided by 2 times of V2. Yes, I can take common here from this denominator, so I can write this answer like this here. So this implies V average is equal to numerator is S divided by, here S is common, bracket inside we remained with S by 2 is common here, S by 2 is common, here we remained with 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2. Okay, now this S and this S gets cancelled, and this 1 by 2 moves to the numerator, so it will become here 2 to the numerator divided by what is LCM here? LCM is here V1 into V2, right? And numerator you will have V2 plus V1. I have some less space available here, but I am writing here, right? Otherwise I will, these steps I will write some at some other place here. Here I will write here. Okay, this already we have solved now, so this I will clean, and here I will continue like this here. What is this here? V average is equal, I hope this step is correct, S by T1 plus T2. What is T1? S by 2 V1. What is T2? S by 2 V2. Why? For that you can go by these two. Okay, now just see, I have got more space to write now. S as it is I will write numerator, denominator S by 2. S by 2 common, it is S by 2, this is S by 2, so S by 2 common, and inside this we remained with 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2. So what will happen? This S and this S gets cancelled, it is 1 by 2, so it moves as 2 by 1, so here numerator will become 2 divided by, here inside this bracket LCM is V1 V2, and denominator here I have to multiply V2 and here I have to multiply by V1 here, so it is V2 plus V1. Okay, and if you solve this, V1 V2 will come to the numerator, right? This is V average, and this is going to be equal to your answer, right? This 2 as it is I will keep, this is to the denominator, it will come to the numerator, so V1 V2 will come divided by what remains here, V2 plus V1, means I can write here V1 plus V2. I proved this. What I proved? V average is equal to 2 times of V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. Instead of solving all this for CET, can I use this as a trick here? Trick, right? When this formula is applicable, when the distance or the displacement covered by the car for the first journey and the next journey are same. Keep that thing in your mind. You take bus, car, or truck, anything. If the displacement or the distance covered by that vehicle for the first journey is exactly equal to the next journey, means half of journey S by 2 distance if it is covered in the first and the second journey, then straightly you go by this formula. Is nothing to worry about this calculation here directly. Why I am proving this? Because you asked me the doubt, and this can be asked in your exam also. So what is my answer here? V average or average velocity is equal to 2 times of V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. This formula you can use directly. In CET nobody will ask you the proof, but you must have in your mind for your knowledge purpose, for understanding purpose. You must do all these calculations. I know today's class content is heavy, but just if you watch the video and if you think today's class is tough, then you will feel tough only. If tough concept is there, you will take the interest to study. Take the notebook, do the rough work and do the calculation, and then you get the proper understanding, right? You must you must struggle to get the knowledge here. Don't expect the 100% understanding just by watching the class, right? You should have your involvement in the class. Even if you are not understanding here, you have to write in the notebook, then you will come to know. You do the practice on the rough pages here, you go on writing. If you don't have writing practice, you cannot understand anything here. Okay, so this is your today's class here. This formula you keep in your mind. V average is equal to 2 times of V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2, right? Now one problem I will write on the board. That problem you have to take it for homework. solve that problem, and the answers of that you can send through WhatsApp to me. So that problem I am writing, and same problem you write in your notebook and try to solve that problem and send that answers to me through WhatsApp. So I'll write that problem now. So this is the homework problem I written on the board. This problem was asked in the CET examination. So you take your own time, write the given data, use the formula, get the correct answer, and the solution that you have got, maybe the option number A, B, C, D, any option may be correct here. You solve, and whatever answer you have solved, you take the photo of that, and that you can send to my WhatsApp number. I will check whether it is correct or not. Correct answer I will not tell now. If I tell you the correct answer, then you will do any calculation, but at the end you will write the answer that I told you, right? So that answer I will not write. You have to do the calculation. Hint I will give. You make use of the formula V average is equal to 2 times of V1 V2 by V1 plus V2. Why this formula you have to use? Because they have told that the distance covered during the two journeys are half of. Just see, first half of the distance and second half of the distance. So half of journey in the two journeys, half distance, and the next journey half journey, half distance. So half of means equal distance covered during the two journeys. Hence you have to make use of this formula. You solve this and you let me know your answer, whether side by side you are going to prepare for your CET exam also. Okay, so try the today's the derivations as a homework. Write everything in your notes without seeing the notes, and try this homework also. What are the 4 homeworks I am giving today? Prove V equal to U plus AT by using VT graph. Prove S equal to UT plus half AT square using VT graph. Prove V square is equal to U square plus 2AS using VT graph. Those proofs you try to write without seeing, as a practice you write. No need to send the photocopy of that. I want the photocopy of this 4th problem, 4th homework, right? So these 4 homeworks you do at your home now, and with this we'll close the today's class, and the remaining thing will continue in the next class. Thank you.